Hello everyone, Rick Corbett Jr. here, South Beach, Florida. How's everybody doing today? Hey, today's topic is going to be on leadership. And if I've said it once, I've said it 10,000 times. Everything rises and falls on leadership. So whether you own a brick and mortar business, a home-based business, a network marketing business, your long-term predictable ability to create a long-term predictable walk-away income is based on how many leaders you can get in your building your organization, not maintaining followers. Because keep in mind, if you're the only leader and you had 1 million followers, you'll never be able to walk away from it. What you need to do, and this is a proven fact within business, that if you can create enough leadership that can maintain the vision, the disciplines, the goals, and the things that are wanted to be accomplished by the organization as a whole, guess what? You can walk away, retire, lay under a palm tree because those leaders are going to continue to do the right activity. So today's topics are 10 steps to creating leaders, not maintaining followers. Now, the first thing, if somebody says, hey, I'm not necessarily a leader, but I want to be a leader, well, keep in mind, folks, know this. The leader of one can be the leader of many. But if you can't lead one yourself, you can't lead any. I'm going to say that again. The leader of one can be the leader of many. But if you can't lead one, you can't lead any. So in this particular case, you've got to work on you first. But the things I'm going to talk about, if you do it and you create an environment for leaders to grow and to prosper and to become the leaders that they need to be, you'll create an environment where more people will strive to become leaders rather than just followers. Now, I've got 10 steps here that keep in mind, this is something that we're very big on leadership in our organization because I understand that people want to achieve their dreams and goals. And even if they only wanted to make $1,000 a month consistently, and walk away from it, it's still going to require some level of leadership. Okay? And again, if you want to make big money, like, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, a month, or more, you definitely have to develop some leadership skills. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a leader's toughest challenge is to create an environment, again, where leaders can prosper and they can grow, okay? It gives them the area to grow and encourages them. So again, where leaders can thrive and become part of the integral fabric of growing the business and leading people is where people want to be because they want to be looked up to. So the idea, again, is to create that environment. So let's cover the 10 topics real quick here. First one's going to be lead by example. Okay, and we always hear this, lead by example, and remember I say it all the time, leadership, okay, or leading by example is the key. People will do what you do, not what you tell them to. So in this case, leading by example is not the main thing. It's the only thing. And again, I'll say that again. Okay, you have to lead by example, and leading by example is not a big thing. It's the main thing, the only thing, the primary thing that you have to focus on if you want to build a massive business. So again, lead by example 100% of the time. And keep in mind, another thought here, and I'm looking at my notes just to make sure I don't miss anything. People seldom improve when they don't have a model to follow of achieving success. So if you're achieving success, or let's just say you're not achieving the level of success you want, it's going to be hard to be leading other people. Why? Because again, if you're not making but $500 a month, you can't teach them to make $5,000 a month. I don't care what you say, okay? I don't care what systems you've got. If you're going to lead, you must lead by example. And whatever your goal is, and again, if your goal is $1,000 a month and theirs is $5,000 a month, well, then you're going to turn them over to another leader, but you have to get to the point where you can teach others to do just what you've done, what your goals are, and achieve your goals. And again, if they're bigger, you need to work on becoming that leader. And so again, people seldom improve when they do not have a model to follow. So again, lead by example. 2, identify the future potential of your leaders. Help them find their strengths as well as their weaknesses, and help them improve upon where they're weak at, and help them emphasize their strengths. It's real important. And again, I think your biggest key here is if you understood your leadership, because not everybody's the same, certain are going to have certain weaknesses and certain strengths. So those that have certain strengths, let them, work with those and improve, but then help them to get better where they're weak. Because keep in mind, a leader is going to be well-rounded. You can't just be good in one thing and not good in something else. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to be great in everything, but you got to be competent at everything. And so the real key is, again, help those leaders find their strengths, find their weaknesses, help them emphasize their strengths, and improve on their weaknesses. Real big key there. Number 3, determine the desires of your leaders. Help them reach their goals, because when you help them achieve their goals, you will naturally achieve your goals. So again, determine the desires of your leaders. What are their dreams? What are their goals? Focus and take your eyes off yourself, put them on someone else, and help them achieve their goals. You'll find that you'll achieve success a lot faster. Number 4, find the leader within the leader. Meaning that what it is people in many cases want to become leaders, but they don't know how to become a leader. So what your goal is to find the leader in there, and again, that's by finding their strengths, finding that leader, and then help mold them into the person they want to become. That's what true leadership is. And keep in mind, leadership is getting people to do what, how should I say it, is getting them to do things they would not normally do on their own. Real big. So help find the leader within. I'm going through this, so we got to get, want to make sure we don't go too long on this. Now, here's the thing. Focus on production, not pin level, not title, and not rank. Leadership has nothing to do with rank. Leadership has nothing to do with a pin level. Leadership has nothing to do with a title. And again, don't get me wrong, if you're the top guy in that organization at that pin level or whatever your ranks of achievement are, that's one thing. But just because somebody comes in the business and you're this and they're there and they're just getting started, and they might look up to you, but again, that does not give you the ability or does not give you the right to tell somebody what to do. Again, if you lead by example 100% of the time, focus on helping people get production and results and productivity, not just activity. And again, don't worry, and just because, and I've seen it happens in people with jobs or managers called the boss, okay, or the leader, and they don't have any leadership skills because they don't necessarily know. Well, again, in your home-based business, develop those leadership skills because it will pay you big dividends down the road. And again, when we talk about that, a great book, if you have not read it, is John Maxwell, The Leader Within. It's a great book to talk about how to, coach leaders, how to grow leaders, how to get them to become better, come out of their shell with their strengths and weaknesses. So again, a great book. But again, focus on their production, not a pin title. Again, provide opportunities for growth. Never let anybody else feed your dog. And what we sort of mean by that is, in this particular case, you have to give them challenges. You have to give them so they're constantly stretching, constantly working on improving, constantly being better. So if you do that and you focus on that, okay, you're giving them opportunities to become the leader they want to be. But if somebody's always, this is my team, and you all are here and I'm here, folks, that'll never make it. You'll never make any money. Most of the people will quit and you'll be out of business in no time, flat. So again, give those people opportunities to grow, because where you're going to make the money is creating leaders that are achieving their goals, which gives you the ability to have a walk-away income. And keep in mind, expose your leaders to successful people. You want the leaders in your company, your business, to meet other people that are more successful. Why? Because then you can aspire to be like them, and you never know when that person's going to find that person and go, wow, that was fantastic. This is a person I want to be like, and it might be more successful than you, but don't hinder people. Don't keep people back, because the bigger they become, and whether it's in typical business, network marketing, or home-based business, you're going to earn a piece of the action. So encourage them to follow people that are more successful than yourself. And again, provide your leaders the ability to experience mentors, okay? So that if you're at a certain level and they've reached your level, don't keep them down. Allow them to reach out and find other mentors that can help them stretch, because when they stretch, you make more money. Folks, if you keep your ego involved in this thing, you're going to be broke forever. So take your ego out of it and focus on achieving and growing leaders, okay? Now, here's a couple last things we're going to cover here. Lead with a vision. This is real important, excuse me there, okay? Don't manage. Create a vision. Cast a vision for your team of what you want, what they want to accomplish, how they want to be successful. Cast a vision of where you want the organization to go. Paint that picture over and over and over again. Always lead with a vision, because the leader has to have the biggest vision. Okay, if your vision isn't very big, then you need to work on it, because again, people are going to, somebody, I can just tell you this, if you want to make $1,000 a month and you want this to be your team, you want to be the leader, yet you've got people on your team that have a vision of $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month. I promise you, as long as you keep your vision of 1,000, your organization will never grow. You have to have a bigger vision of creating leadership, okay? It's a must. It's an absolute must. Do the little things. Big things attract big people, okay? Little things attract little people. So when you do things, whether it's contests, promotions, all the things that you do like that, okay, take them and make them big, because the bigger they are, the better they'll be remembered, the more impact it'll have. And again, I can tell you, we've been to retreats. I mean, I've been to leadership events where we've taken and we flew across the country to sit there and get up at sunrise watching the ocean and, doing things like yoga and stuff. But again, they were all leadership skill sets that, again, if you're not willing to do it, don't expect somebody else to do it, okay? Recruit within. This is another thing. If you're looking for leaders all the time, people go out there and say, I'm trying to find that heavy hitter. I'm trying to find that big person. Folks, look within your organization and find some leaders within your organization. Now, if you've only been in a month, you probably don't have any. But chances are somebody's going to know somebody that has that potential to be that next big leader. So look within your organization and the people that they know, okay, to find your leaders before you go to the outside. Don't get me wrong. If you focus from within, you'll find those leaders from the outside. But again, if you strictly go on the outside, you're missing a big opportunity. Number 10, be a decision maker. Okay, be a decision maker. Leaders make decisive decisions. They make judgments. I shouldn't say judgments. They make decisions quickly. And here's a good statement. Okay, great leaders make good decisions on poor performers. Okay, so again, great leaders make good decisions on poor performers. And what you do is coax the masses, mentor the few. Coax the masses, mentor the few. You got to learn as a leader where to spend your time, because too many people spend time with the wrong people that waste your time, that aren't going to take you or your business to where you want to go. And yes, we want to give everybody an opportunity. We want to give everybody an equal chance. But again, you have to recognize as you're building your business, if you're going to coax the masses and don't spend a ton of time with people who aren't doing the right activities, aren't accountable, aren't getting results, or not willing to be held accountable to get results, that's not where you want to spend your time. You're looking to find people that are willing to pay the price just like you are, or willing to pay the price. And then another last thing would be, again, grow personally. And in this case, folks, this gives you the ability to just maintain a strict leadership advantage. Okay, so if you're working on the leader within you, okay, before you work on everybody else, guess what? People will look up to you. They'll want to follow you. And I can tell you, one of my main mentors, that he always told me he's made over $60 million in the industry, okay, in direct sales. He made over $60 million as a reseller in the market, or an affiliate, I guess you want to call it, in the marketplace. He always told me that don't spend time with the wrong people, okay? Don't spend time with the wrong people. Work on you, and if you can get somebody to say, I like that person, I'm willing to follow that person, you've accomplished something. And then if you lead by example, pretty soon it'll be 1, then it'll be 10, then it'll be 100, then it'll be thousands, and maybe even down the road if you keep becoming and working on you, because you got to become the person you need to become before you make the money. Keep in mind, the money never comes before the paycheck. Success only comes from before work in the dictionary, okay? Work always precedes success. Work, hard effort, determination, and the right attitude always precedes success. So remember, lead by example, and take those 10 things and teach your organization to do them. And maybe if you get enough requests, I'll even go ahead and put a PDF up on that of those 10 things to create an environment, to create leaders. But I can tell you, folks, if you do it, your business is on the way to the next level. So if I can be of assistance to your value, you know where to reach me. There's a site below where you can reach me at rick@rickcorbettjr.com. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you in the next day or so.